All right, Nick, as always, the Cincinnati Bengals are making some big plays to upgrade this offense and protect Joe Burrow a little bit more. That kind of seems to be the weak point of this team throughout all of last year. And they've really made leaps and bounds in changing their offensive line and just general protection packages in overall. And other changes they've made this offseason have been really big as well. And Bengals fans, we want to know in the comments below of all the additions made, whether it was free agents or trades for Hayden Hurst, La'el Collins, or draft picks. And, Daxton Hill, who's been pretty impressive so far. Looks like he could take over for Jesse Bates if they move on from him. Let us know in the comments below. Who are you most excited about seeing on this Bengals roster this season as a new addition? Who do you want to see out in the field in the Bengals orange and black this season? So let us know in the comments below. But Nick, what kind of other additions have the Bengals made to this roster?
Yeah, so this is according to SI.com. The Bengals officially announced the additions of 3 new players. Specifically, we're going to focus on Devin Asiasi and Max Scharping. Asiasi, the tight end, Scharping, the offensive lineman. And Scharping, to me, is the most interesting one because right after the acquisition, Nick Caserio, the general manager of the Houston Texans, came out and said this is where Scharping was player. That was a tough one, losing Scharping. Max is a good player. It's where we were right now. So obviously Houston feels like they lost a really nice player, and I really like the Bengals going after and getting Scharping here for one big reason, right? Their offensive line, like you said, was a major weakness, and they went out and addressed that in the offseason. They got in a lot of guys. They even got a guy in the draft in Volson, who you and I talked about. It looks like he's a really nice player. But here's the thing. You have your guy in Burrow. You've upgraded the offensive line. But we know in the NFL, you're 1 or 2 key injuries away from a position group that's a massive upgrade, that's a strength, to suddenly becoming a weakness again. You look at your favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens. They had a strong secondary week 1. By week 15 or whatever, the Bengals threw 550 on them or whatever Joe Burrow put on them. Like, it just happens. Injuries happen. You need to address depth, and the best way to do that is to get veteran guys. That's why I like looking at Scharping. He's a veteran. He's been around a few years. Asiasi's a veteran. He's been around for a few years. So I love the Bengals recognizing they're in win-now mode and getting the key veteran depth they need at positions. They don't need more wide receivers. They don't need more, running backs. They're stacked at the still, those kind of positions. I think they're pretty good on the defense, especially on the back end with all the moves they made. So adding some depth to the offensive line, which was a big weakness, was a really smart move. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Nick, I also, as Ravens fan, know how big O-line depth can be. Obviously, all-time Ravens great Alejandro Villanueva came in the clutch. He's never really played for any other teams other than Baltimore. Backing up for Ronnie Stanley, taking over a tackle spot. It really made a big difference if you can sign some free agent depth and have it pay off. So Scharping is set up to go in for the future. But another one, if I may, jump into the other signing they made, and Asiasi, I think it was a really good move. Now, he's not a big pass catcher. He's not really dynamic in the receiving game. He's made a couple catches. He's okay, and I think his hands are improving over the preseason. He got 3 targets for 3 catches, so 100% catch rate right there. Obviously, I'm wrong, but one thing I did like the last 2 seasons, his pass blocking grades have been very good. In 2020, 67 overall, and upgraded that in 2021 to a 70 overall pass blocking grade. So I would like to see Asiasi come in on some pass sets and be a blocker, because he seems, even in the tight end role, to be a very capable blocker. And I think maybe that's why the Bengals were targeting him in free agency, not so much for his tight end skills, but for his blocking skills.
Well, especially with Hayden Hurst, right? You bring in Hurst, he's a receiving tight end. Like, that's what you want. He tries hard the run game and in the pass blocking game as well. I'm not going to discredit Hurst there, but you don't bring in a guy like Hurst to block. You bring in a guy like Hurst to be a playmaker and catching the football down the field from that position. So Asiasi, I like your point there, bringing in to kind of be a guy in certain situations to like supplant Hurst as the blocker, whether in pass protection or in the run game. So again, a good move there by both the Bengals.
All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.